Master Sergeant Joseph Gross.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing? Turned it up. Let me just start off by saying thank you, Colonel Schackemeyer, Chief KC, commanders, chiefs, SELs, LTs, everybody who just came out, shirts, I'm trying to remember, right? For supporting Class 23 Delta, right? That means a lot for the team. Spouses, thank you. My wife, my beautiful wife, thank you so much. I would not be the man I am without your support. I wouldn't even be as far as I am. So today I'm just gonna make it real quick, right, this afternoon. I know it's a little bit unorthodox. I'm not standing behind the podium, right? Like, wait, what's going on? This dude's like walking in front of the front thing, like, what's going on, right? I wanna share what 23 Delta actually taught and reminded me. You guys heard those beautiful quotes that each of those class members picked? That's the future leaders of this force and one Space Force. Where you at, bro, right? And what they taught me was the growth of the spirit, mind of a hustler, heart of a king. When we started off the course, myself and Chief Cain, right, and I thank you, Chief Cain, for allowing me to even have this opportunity. The biggest thing that they started off in the first week is purpose. Chief, why you do what you do? Sergeant Gross, why you do what you do? Instructors, why you do what you do, right? They wanted to know what was purpose. And that is part of the spirit. Air Force will give us everything we need to be the greatest whatever we need to be, right? Ground transportation, BB, that's me, right? They'll give me everything I need to be the best on the LRS, skills-wise. But character, that requires purpose. That requires value. That requires hope. That's what builds character. And that's what the airmen were asking for. Week 1, day 1. How do we grow it? And it led me and reminded me of a mind of a hustler. Now, I'm not talking about somebody who does something illicit, right, is really good at it. Not talking about that. We found out real quick. We did a activity. Chief Cain broke up the classroom into 4 different corners. You guys remember this 23 Delta, right? There was a superhero corner where you have the power to be invisible and fly away. And we're like, hey, why do you want to be a superhero? And you're like, yeah, so we're gonna rob everybody in here in this building, and then we're gonna turn invisible. I was like, oh, y'all turn villain real quick, right? Not talking about that. I'm talking about hustler as in the acronym. For me to grow my spirit, the first thing I gotta realize is I gotta have humility. I gotta be humble. Either I gotta be humble or there's gonna be a situation that's gonna humble me, right? I gotta realize I'm not as far as I wanna be. And 23 Delta's like, oh man, I'm not as far as I wanna be. I can point fingers at other supervisors saying they didn't do what they're supposed to do, but where am I at now that I'm gonna be the supervisor? When we humble ourselves, it led to the you, understanding. Now I have a better understanding of where I'm at, who I am as an individual, and where I need to go. I have a better understanding of people around me because I have a better understanding of myself. And it's weird, right? Because once we develop that, all of a sudden this weird motivation comes out. Selflessness. Because I understand everybody else, I want to give back to them. Well, at school, Master Sergeant Gross, well, how come there's not more people who are selfless? Because we ain't hit the T yet. Trauma. See, when we're selfless, you're going to meet broken people, and every single person in here is broken in some format. And like broken things, broken people come with sharp edges. The closer I get, ow, dang, Chief Cain, man, what's up? The more likely they're going to cut you. So now I have a choice. This leads to the L. I can either love them through their trauma, or we just take the L on this. And too many of us, and 23 Delta reminded me, too many of us just take the L. Hey, you know what? I'm only at Katina for 3 years. Sorry. Keep it moving. Well, you know what happens when we choose the L? We lead to the E, exhaustion. Because I took the L in the relationship, I no longer trust them. Because I don't trust them, I don't delegate. So now I've got a culture of exhaustion. I'm burnt out, right? Half of us in here are bald. And we came with hair, right? We came with hair, you know what I'm saying? It leads to exhaustion. And when I'm exhausted, it leads to the R, which is resentful. Now I'm the senior NCO that's resentful, that's difficult to work with, that's creating a hostile work environment. But what about the other L? Oh yeah, the other L, that's right. Yeah, love. Now I'm talking about love like that, right? Like between me and my wife. I'm talking about love in the best interest of another person, emotionally or not. We're going to make the best decision for this individual, whether the emotion is there or not. Well, what happens when I decide to do that? When I love them through their trauma, when they help love me through my trauma, we create a culture of excellence. Not perfection. You're going to fail. So all of us are unique. We're not going to fully understand, but we're going to create a culture of excellence. So what does that create? It creates a group of airmen that are reliable. It creates a group of airmen that are rejuvenating. It creates airmen that are able to reconcile with one another. That's bad culture. This path that the 23 Delta reminded me as we were going and having these conversations led me to the heart of a king. Now don't get too hung up on the word king, right? But every single person in here is on a road of leadership. And you're on the road of a king or you're on the road of a tyrant. A tyrant views their people as subjects. They will never tell you, you are subject to me. You're my subordinate. Never. Right? But my people are there to build my legacy. Understand something. Tyrants are loved and hated. Right? Saddam Hussein, hello, anybody? What about a king? A king views their people as extremely valuable, irreplaceable, unique. They bring something different to the fight. And they're there to build their legacy. And a king is hated and loved as well. Class 23 Delta reminded me to continue onto the path of the heart of a king. But I can't do that if I'm not humble, if I don't understand, if I'm not selfless, if I don't understand my own traumas and the traumas around me, if I don't love them through it, if I don't develop excellence and become reliable, rejuvenating, and able to reconcile. But none of that happens without knowing your purpose. Class 23B, I thank you for the opportunity to learn from you. I hope everybody that's sitting at your tables understands that if we do this, you guys will be able to move mountains that policy never could. Thank you guys for your time.